Hi, it's me, Ciyo again. Just wanted to say something actually about the current 5 albums that I have out at present, which cover a pretty wide range of musical styles. That is no accident. It's just that my view about music is that if it's fine if somebody wants to do one particular style. I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's really what you choose to do. But I like flitting between different styles and mixing things up. So I'll have music that I compose and write that will have elements of R&B, soul, bit of Brazilian, reggae, pop, whatever. It doesn't matter to me as long as I feel, and this is a sort of a judgment call here when we're writing our stuff, and bearing in mind that musicians can be, it's like artists in a sense actually, or any person who's actually involved in that creative process. When you create something, you're right inside it. So it takes other people to come in and have a look and pass their comments on what you're doing too. But for me, I tend to like that sort of formula where I'm mixing lots of different things in, because it has a particular feeling, a particular sound for me that I actually happen to like. So I tend to be drawn to music that is maybe very challenging on the ears, because I actually find it more interesting. Now, having said that, I do write pieces sometimes that are very, very straightforward. My melody is always very simple, actually. But in terms of the influences and the blends, I'm not afraid to sort of mix different influences and together, because I actually find that quite interesting. I also monitor the kind of feedback that I get from audiences when I'm playing, and I kind of know when maybe I haven't got the mix right. And I always like to encourage feedback, because that's how you grow. But I have 5 albums out. The first album is Some Inviting. For all intents and purposes, it's a reggae album, but actually not quite, because I have I've got tracks on there which have acoustic guitar, which are more on the groove end of things. I've got there's clearly some jazz influences in there: Wes Montgomery, George Benson, Earl Clue, etc. I just use that as an opportunity to embrace how I felt. I mean, the minute you step out of your door, in life, when you go out, you see different shapes, we see different colours, we see different dimensions of things. So my vibe is, why not have that in my music? What's the harm? I'm not in this to be a superstar. I just love creating music, and if I can actually do it by applying my own stamp on it and not care about structures that are usually imposed by record companies, well, I'm really happy. And that's why I went off and actually set up my own sort of label, so that I can actually produce the kind of music that I actually want to produce, and the sort of music that I feel that there are people out there that would embrace. And lo and behold, that there are. I think there's a market, there's a niche for everything, really. It's really just a matter of finding it. So I'm going along the merry way, trying to map out my path and sort of offer up my contribution to this amazing music scene that we have, certainly in London, in England, and the world. Yeah. The second album is an album called Urban. It's called Urban Atmosphere, and again, that was pretty experimental, very groove based, but lots of different influences going on there. I then did an album called Somewhere Out There. That was recorded completely live. That was my state-of-the-art project, sort of leaning towards fusion. Not quite fusion, but I think leaning towards that. It has a real eclecticness about it. And again, those are the things that make me tick when I'm sort of listening to music, or if I'm dealing with any kind of matter or situation in life. I like to see a real mixture of things, because I actually find it more interesting. It's what really draws me into a particular matter or a subject. I actually find it quite intellectually stimulating as well, because I'm questioning all these different influences, and it's making me want to go and do some more research so that I can learn about the various genres from which they came. After that, the fourth CD is a CD entitled Natural Mystic. Of course, Natural Mystic is a giveaway. I did a jazz reggae rendition of Bob Marley's Natural Mystic. That was a fun album to do as well. All of them have been real fun, because, as I said, there's always something sort of experimental in the blend. So that was fun. That was recorded live as well, very much in a jazz setting. Worked with some amazing musicians on that album. And the fifth album is an album entitled Borderline, very much on this sort of inspirational front, but again musically embraces jazz, soul, R&B, reggae, gospel, inspirational, etc. And it was just really my way of actually just emitting my feelings about certain situations in life. So I think it's a really, being involved in music allows you to sort of, or enables you to say stuff, to say things to people, in a hope that it will register with people and people will like it, will embrace what you're doing. Now, not everyone's going to like what you're doing, but if you can sort of aim your music at a market that you know, because it's tried and tested, do actually like your music, then you have a ready-made a group of people there that will always want to embrace what you're doing. I would have liked by now to have had more albums out, but I've been busy doing other things. There's lots of different areas of my life, so one thing takes it away from the other, etc. But I'm in the process. For the last few years, I've been working on 3 or 4 different album types, and so sometime next year I should be releasing a 6th album, which probably will be around about maybe January or Feb, acoustic guitar based. The music is very much from the groove stroke jazz genre, and again I will quote some of my major influences, George Benson and Earl Klugh. Very much has that sort of feeling. It has that feeling, as I said, it's no accident. I mean, I do listen to those guys and people who have influenced them, because I do like that particular style of playing also. But that's something that I've got in the pipeline, and the new website will actually feature all of my albums, so please take a look and see if there's anything in there that you like. Thank you so much.